Welcome, welcome one and all. I love science. I may not be a witch, but here I am. I'm the science witch, and it's very late. But we are here with another Just Little Things, and correlating to this series, I have some great news. As you guys may have remembered from my last Just Little Things video, I credited a woman named Nancy Vu, on the ideas and topics that I had discussed. After I finished recording it and uploaded it, I told her about it and she wanted to watch it, so I sent her the link and she watched it and she really liked it. And I am hugely flattered by it, and even more hugely flattered, she had decided to send me a free copy of the book. So this is it. This is Just Little Things by Nancy Vu, and it is literally filled with topics. So I'm probably gonna start using this now for these videos, and I'm excited. There are 245? Yeah, based on the popular website, justlittlethings.net, this book will strike a chord in anyone who is open to celebrating the little moments of greatness all around us. So, again, thank you, Nancy, for sending me this. I know I thanked you on Tumblr and everything, but seriously, I was so excited when you decided to send me this. So, yeah, let's get this started. Oh! I didn't see this when I got it, but she wrote something in it. To tab, stay awesome. I'm so, thanks. I didn't even see that. I'm completely honest, I did not even see that. That was a great surprise. Okay, so, again, let's get started. First, a compliment from a complete stranger. 'Cause on the internet, people will very often just send you a message or something very, very discreetly and whatever, and just say, hey, I think you're really cool. And I mean, that's how I met my girlfriend. She messaged me on Tumblr, told me that she thought I was cute, and decided to message me, and boom, 4 months later, we're dating. Getting complimented from a complete stranger is sort of like a huge booster towards like someone's self-esteem, because I know I definitely get very enamored by a lot of different compliments, especially like even if it's not a complete stranger, but from my friends or whatever. But from complete strangers, it feels a little bit more special. I mean, I'm not trying to take what my friend's compliments for granted. I'm just saying that a complete stranger who doesn't know who you are or anything about you just says something about how you look means you're doing something right, I guess. Whether you're standing out for something interesting you're wearing, you got a cool haircut, etc. Just getting random compliments from people, it can really boost someone's self-esteem. So, if you get anything out of this video, it is, don't be afraid to compliment people, because it may just make their day, and you've probably heard that many times before, but it's true. Going to bed knowing you can sleep for as long as you want. Friday nights, that's kind of how I get, except, a lot of times my parents will get mad at me for, not necessarily my mom, but my dad. He'll get mad at me if I sleep past 10 o'clock, because, you know, I'm sleeping half my day away, which, in a way, yes, but also, do I care? No! I want to sleep. One of going to bed knowing that you don't have to wake up in the morning for any specific time or reason, it's relieving, and it's also kind of that satisfaction of being like, yes, got through the week, don't have to go to work or school tomorrow, I could just sit down and I could just go to bed and stay there forever. I wish I could stay in bed forever, honestly. But then I wouldn't get these videos recorded, and I'd rather do that. See, when I do these things, I don't really know if I'm supposed to put like some sort of message with them, or I'm just reminiscing on things, or I'm just talking because that's what I seem to do best. Going to bed and sleeping for as long as you want. Fantastic feeling. If you're watching this on a Friday, sleep in tomorrow morning. You'll feel better. You'll be well rested, hopefully, as long as you don't wake up crabby, because I know some people do that. It's still nice anyway to think about. Number 3, or the third one, the page 3 of the book. Seeing the sun rise and set. Now, this isn't really something I can relate to too much because I've never really watched a sunset or sunrise. I don't really have the patience, I guess, to just sit there for like half an hour at a time, just waiting for the sun to set or rise. The only sort of time I could really remember doing anything like this is when I was younger. Me, my sister, and my parents, or my parents, my sister, and I went to Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. Or was it Maryland? I think it was Maryland. I'm not sure now, but I'm pretty sure it was Hampton Beach, Maryland. It was, I think it might have been this last day we were there, either that or it might have been like the first morning we had spent there. But we were in a motel and it had a great view of the sunrise. But I remember we were getting ready to go somewhere, and my mom and my dad had went out to the back of the place to watch the sunrise together. And I think my sister and I ended up joining with them, but I don't really remember it that well. Despite how much I didn't enjoy being on the beach and in all these crowded places, that was probably one of the most memorable moments for me, even if I don't think I was actually there the whole time to watch the sun actually rise. Even only seeing pictures and everything, it's beautiful. I mean, it can completely change the sky from being a blue to cotton candy pink or purple, and it's like, I don't think any sunsets and sunrises, to me, are sort of like snowflakes. You're never going to see the same one. There's never going to be a exactly similar pattern or design. It's always going to be different. And it's strange to think about, really. Like the different patterns that the sky can make, or the sun, how the sun like just can change the color of the sky completely. It's weird, but it's beautiful. The smell of fresh baked bread. I could already smell it. Either that or that's just my bunny's treats that are on the dresser above me. This may not necessarily be bread, but it's more just baked goods in general. It's... 'cause at least in my house, or in my past experiences, I've never really been, or smelt bread. We've never made bread. So the only thing I could really compare this to is going to the grocery store and seeing or going through the bakery and that kind of smell, because it's got like a mix of, well, I guess you can call it yeast. Like, you get the slight smell of yeast, if yeast even has a smell, but it's got sort of like that, it's really weird to explain, but it's got sort of like a powdery smell. I know that doesn't make sense because powdery is a texture, but it just, I don't know, can you guys, like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't really know how to describe a bakery, besides it smells like bread. It smells like baked goods, but what do baked goods smell like? To me, it sort of smells like sweet chalk dust, and that's not a bad thing. I don't know if that makes much sense, but it's a scent that's probably gonna stick with me for a long time, and I don't think I'll ever be able to actually describe it. The smell of bread or bakery really depends on what's being made. And most of the time, when you smell a bakery, you generally just think of warmth, fluffy dough, the sweetness of cookies, and it's sort of like, I don't know, are there really any bad smells in bakeries? Because I sure as hell have never seen any, or never smelled any. Just don't go to a bakery when you're hungry, because then you'll buy everything. And that's not good. The smell of the bakery is indistinguishable and undescribable. A weird phenomenon, but that's just how that's just how the cookie crumbles. Last but not least, finding something that you have lost. Now, I guess I could tell you guys a little story that I have. This is a story about my favorite teddy bear that I have had for a long time, whose name is Brownie. Actually, I'm gonna go get him for a second. This is Brownie. He is a bear that I've had since I was a very, very small child, and yes, he's still wearing a Christmas sweater because I dress him up in Build-A-Bear sweaters all the time, but I don't have any for, I think I might have a St. Patrick's Day one actually. I'll have to look around, but I tend to be very insecure with my friendships, and at least I always know I have a friend in my little bear. But anyways, my story has to do with Brownie, and I've written this story so many times in elementary school for prompts and everything, and the one that I most distinctly remember, because I had to draw a cover for it and everything, was called Brownies Big Adventure. It goes like this. My parents had taken my sister and I to an airplane museum somewhere around the state. It was probably like an hour or so away from the place, or from where we live. When we had got there, I wasn't really sure what to do, and I very vaguely remember what I did there, except for these two distinct things. I had brought Brownie with me because, you know, I was young, I was probably about like 4 or 5. I brought my teddy bear with me everywhere. And so I had gone and sat down on a chair to watch this little documentary-esque thing. And, so I was just sitting there with Brownie watching it. I had put him next to me on my chair. And eventually my sister came over to me and she's like, Tab, oh my gosh, you have to see this. And I'm like, okay. And I went with her, and it was basically just like this huge box fan that had a blow-up globe on top of it, and me, my sister, and like 4 other kids were just tossing it around and everything, and it was a lot of fun. But then my parents got me and my sister, and we left. Now, nothing was wrong till we were about 45 minutes away from the place. I was about to fall asleep, and I never slept without Brownie. So I'm looking around, I look under my seat, I look in the back, and my mom asked me, what are you looking for? I asked her, Mom, where's Brownie? And basically the look she gave me made my heart stop. this was the first time I had been separated from Brownie for that long of a period, for any period of time. And I had already lost the stuffed animal because I left it somewhere and someone stole it. And his name was Tiggy. And I wasn't about to lose another one, especially one as special to me as him. So, again, I spent the entire rest of the way home crying because, you know, I was upset. Obviously, I was very, very heartbroken about losing him. We got home, and we called the museum, and they had him. They found him on the chair, and they had kept him in back. We gave him the address, and they said they were going to send him back within a few days. Well, you've never seen a child run out to the mailbox so quickly every day in your life. Every time I would sit at the window waiting for the mailman to come for hours. And when I say hours, I mean hours. And it took 4 days, and those were the slowest 4 days I've ever experienced in my life. It seems like a scene from a movie, but mailman comes, I see him put a package in the mailbox. I yell for my mom, and she comes out with me to the mailbox, and opens up the mailbox, and there's a package in there. So I rip it open. Sure enough, he's in there. Same condition as always. And I remember crying, because I was happy. Crying, hugging him, and I did not put him down for another 3 days. Brought him everywhere with me. Well, I didn't leave the house with him anymore. That was when I stopped, because that was probably one of the scariest moments of my life. But the feeling when I got him back was just, I don't know how to describe it, but as you can see, it was very emotional because of my still very strong attachment to this bear. I vow I will never get rid of this bear. I am going to be buried with this bear when I die, if I get buried. If not, I will be cremated with this bear. This bear has been with me from the beginning, and it will stay with me for as long as possible. Anyway, this has been another 5 little things in life, brought to you again by Nancy Vu, the creator of JustLittleThings.net and this book, Just Little Things. And along with thanking Nancy, I'd like to thank you guys so much for taking your time to watch this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, take a stab at that like button to let me know. And I hope to see each and every one of you sometime in the very near future. Take care of yourselves, everyone.